Alright, by a show of hands, how many of you like candy bars? Okay, me too. But unfortunately today I will not be talking about candy bars. Today I want to talk to you about a choice, and I hope to persuade you on how to make this specific choice. By choosing to make this choice, you can protect yourself from all sorts of harm, as well as give you and your future spouse something to look forward to that's more precious than any diamonds. Before I reintroduce this idea, there's some things I need you to remember. First of all, I'm a teenager just like you are. All of you are my age, or maybe a little bit younger. Maybe some of you are older. Second of all, I have raging hormones just like every single one of you. Third, I was raised in the same environment that you were. I grew up around Bolivar, so I'm not much different than you. I mean, obviously I'm your classmate. I'm just like you in many ways, and if you've done this particular thing that I'm talking about, I'm not judging you, I'm not calling you out, but I do want you to know that I think that you are a person of worth. And it's because that I think you're a person of worth that I also believe that you need to abstain from premarital sex in order to protect your physical being and your mental being. First and foremost, as you probably all know, any sex in general can be detrimental to your health. The most obvious reason is STDs. According to CBS News, the CDC reported that in 2015, STDs had reached an all-time high in the United States. It also reported that there are approximately 20 million new cases of STDs every year, and as of those cases, at least half of them are from young people between the ages of 15 and 24. The most common STD is chlamydia, but because many people do not know the symptoms of chlamydia, the chances of the number of cases of chlamydia could be much higher. Now, you could argue that there are things to prevent and treat these diseases, and that's true. But one thing that can be deadly if not treated on time is HIV, or the human immunodeficiency virus. If a person advances to the last stage of HIV, they are diagnosed with AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency virus. In this final stage, your body basically shuts down, and it can no longer defend itself against illness or bad bacteria. According to AIDS.gov, in 2013, 12,963 people who were diagnosed with AIDS died, and at least half of those cases died directly from AIDS. Now, I know if you compare 12,963 people to like 7 million people in the United States, that's kind of a small percentage. But at the same time, it is a reason why you shouldn't have sex outside of marriage. But can't you get STDs and I guess HIV from having sex with someone you're married to? Yeah, that's true, you can. But here's how it would better things. Alright, say that there's two people, Jack and Jill. And let's say Jack and Jill has never ever had sex with anyone, and they get married. Their chances of getting an STD because they have had sex with no one else is none. Zero. There's nothing there. But let's say that Jill had another boyfriend before Jack that she slept with. Well, we don't know what he has. All of a sudden, the chances of either one of them having STD is higher. Let's say he had went around a few times. You know what I mean. Now, you have no idea who possibly had STDs or who didn't. So your chances of getting an STD or HIV is much higher. But physical damage is not the only thing that premarital sex has to offer. It can also be detrimental to one's mental health. Through skin-to-skin contact, men and women can become hormonally attached to one another, and this attachment can make breakups from sexual relationships very hard to get over. It especially makes it hard to not have sex again. According to charismanews.com, one hormone found in female bodies is oxytocin. This hormone is released when a woman gives affection through skin-to-skin contact. For example, when a mother breastfeeds her child. Of course, when a woman has sex with a man, this hormone will be released. The release of this hormone is what causes women to become hormonally and emotionally attached to men. According to the same website, this hormone is believed to be a big reason as to why women will stay in abusive relationships with men. And speaking of men, they can also be hormonally attached to women. According to charismanews.com, men have a hormone called vasopressin, which serves the same purpose as oxytocin in women. It bonds men to women mentally. Point being, when a man or woman tries to relieve a relationship in which they have had sexual relations, it's very hard. It's almost like literally trying to get off a drug. Referring back to the whole hormone thing, I can speak personally from experience. I didn't have sex, but I was in a relationship where there was inappropriate touching going on, and just getting out of that in and of itself was very, very hard. Sex was intended for marriage. It was intended for marriage to protect you both physically and mentally. For those of you who may have already made a choice to not wait until marriage, I have news for you. Just because you make a choice once, twice, or even 1,000 times, it doesn't mean you have to keep making the same choice over and over again. I do not think that you're a bad person if you've made this choice. And as I said before, I'm just like you. I'm human. You're human too. I think that you are a human of worth. I think that you're a person of worth. And I know you're a person of worth. And one day someone's going to love you for who you are more than anyone else has. Now, all that being said, once again, how many of you like candy bars? Me. Okay, so I kind of lied in the beginning. I'm sorry. I'm going to use a candy bar for a demonstration. All right, let's pretend that this candy bar is me. His name is Hannah. It's a Milky Way. It's one of my favorites. But like I said, I've been in a relationship before. And in that relationship, I allowed inappropriate touch to go on. Now, like I said, I didn't have sex. But we broke up, and so now all of a sudden, a part of me is gone. And as you can see from where it was broken off, it didn't break off evenly. There's pieces that are broken. There's pieces that are broken on this. It wasn't a clean little cut or anything. So it's damaged. It's not the same. It's not new anymore. But for demonstrative purposes, let's say that we had sex. So that little bitty piece was maybe something more like this. Something bigger. And let's say that because after we broke up, I had such a hard time with it that I was like just completely devastated and I was hurt. I was heartbroken. And let's say because I was heartbroken, because of the hormonal attachment to it that I had, I started going out and sleeping with a bunch of random guys that I didn't know just to kind of cope with it. And I kept doing this, and I kept doing this, and I kept doing this. Until one day, I finally meet this guy who's actually worth something, someone that I actually care about. And it's our wedding day. This is all I have left to give him. Now my question for you is, would you rather give someone a broken, half-gone candy bar, or would you rather give them an unopened one that's never been touched by anyone else, that's never been looked at, that's never been damaged? Even though I can't offer my future spouse a perfect unopened candy bar, I can still make choices that will prevent me looking like this or worse. So I ask you to make the choice to save what you have left, however much it may be, for later. Save it for the person that truly deserves it. Thank you.